Good morning, Dave Snyder here again, and I wanted a chance to redo this video because it really needs to be understood. This part that I'm trying to show you here, and I didn't do too good of a job in my other video, so I'm gonna go ahead and slow down a little bit maybe and try to get this right. Okay, so I've showed you the Africa one before, and it is the edge of an impact by this crater right here. Let me show you. By many craters actually, but this is the one you can see the most clearly. But there's other areas of the moon that hit the same place, the same hole. Okay, now you see this part here, and you see that part of Africa right there. See that? Those go together. That is the edge of the Mare Oriental base. This is a picture of the moon is flipped over backwards over the Earth, and it's been set in place for a long time. I don't move it ever. But it goes with Africa right there, just like that, right? Goes with it. Now, Japan goes right here in the center. You can see the shape of Japan. You can actually see it. So I'm going to bring up one that I just did the other day of Japan. I think it was just, yeah, it's right here, I think. Or no, this is North America. Okay, now here's another part of this impact of the North American part, where you see Mexico. And now you can see, if I leave it like that, you can see the other side, like here, of the impact. And watch what happens when I bring up the black hole picture with this like this. Right here, right? And just remember, the black hole was already set in place, and this was already set in place. So all I did was add, you can see, I just added yesterday this North America picture upside down, right? And let me bring up the black hole, just to confirm it all goes together. And I gotta get my glasses. That's what I need. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so black hole. Now this is a weather pattern from the Atlantic Ocean. It's shaped exactly like Antarctica, and you see the three-dimensional view in the weather, sort of. You see like a hole right there in the middle, right? Well, and the whole thing is the outline of Antarctica. This whole shape is, and I'll show you. I've shown it before, but I'll show it again. I want to make sure everybody understands in one video. Okay, now look at the pattern in North America right here. The weather. It's not a coincidence that it lines up like that, people. It just is not a coincidence, I'm telling you. And then you see how it goes into Africa, the same. It's Antarctica would go right here in the center of this whole deal. All the continents were together, and they're all created from this hole. Okay, and pushed aside. Okay, it has an eruption and it pushes the old stuff aside and creates a new continent. I'm telling you, this right here, wherever this comes from on the Earth, this pattern right here is what created Antarctica. And I'm telling you right now, this came from where Atlantis was supposed to be, right here. It came from right here. Atlantis, the city of Atlantis, or whatever, the island or whatever of Atlantis was supposed to be right here by Spain and the Sahara right in here. That pattern is from that exact place. You see the Sahara here, it's upside down, but there's the Sahara right there, and there's Spain right there. Okay, and there's Antarctica, looking like it's coming from the North Pole. Looking like it's coming from the North Pole. See that? Because this is the way it was. You see the Sahara Desert right there, and there's Spain, so it looks like it was coming from the North Pole somehow, right? It was right here, and you see the flow coming like downwards and it stopping here. But anyways, that pattern's all over the Earth, so I don't want to confuse you on that. This pattern is all over the Earth. This pattern with the hole in the center. Antarctica, they used to show Antarctica with the big circle in the center on Google Earth. That's why. That's why they stopped doing that. Notice that. But this hole goes right here, and I'm just trying to rebuild the pattern, the impact, to show you where everything on Earth comes from. You, me, everything. Okay, whether you believe that or not, that's not a problem. You don't have to agree with me. You just have to understand this is where the continents come from, at least. Okay, they at least come from this place, right here. Now this place is probably moved off of its original place. The place where I'm building is in the ocean by New Zealand, and in between New Zealand and Australia. Okay, so I think the original location of this subduction was at one time over the top of where Japan is now, the really active volcanic area. But they have volcanoes in New Zealand too, so I mean, but it seems Japan's really hot right now. So there's the black hole, which represents, you might as well just say that represents Antarctica right there, because I've showed before. You see the muffin shape, the cupcake shape right there. That's the same thing as that right there, Antarctica. It's the exact same thing. So that puts Antarctica there, North America there. You see there's North America right there, and you've seen how that fit there, right? The edge of the, look at this right here. It's the same edge. That weather is the same as that pattern. So anyways, there's that. And then Japan goes in there. Where's that picture I did of Japan the other day? It's right in here somewhere. Might be here. That's North America again, different one. I just did one the other day of Japan right here. That's not it. Okay, here's one of Japan, and this is where this one, now it moves around a little bit. This weather, the weather, I'm using the weather to guide me, so the weather's not always in this place where over the land. So the land, I could do both ways with the land and the weather. But anyways, I just put this weather up there the other day and had it differently aligned. Japan, here I can move this picture actually. It's not really a major deal. So here's Japan upside down, right? You see Japan upside down, and it goes right in the hole, right in this hole, right? Like this. There it is. You see the claw print of mistakes? I call it that. That's what they call it on Sailor Moon, claw print of mistakes. They know what they're talking about. They know exactly what they're talking about. They say this land is covered with the claw print of mistakes. Okay, so here is Japan right in the heart of it. And the Sea of Japan is like the volcano in the ancient past. I mean, you can see it's a caldera that sank down in the middle, and but it goes right in there like this, upside down in this hole where this impact took place on the Earth a long time ago with the Mars-sized planet or the Moon, whichever you want to call it. It's the same thing anyway. So goes right in there like that, and but you can also take this and move it. See this weather spot right here? This spot actually is what I did to confirm it. Basically, to confirm it is I just moved that weather spot right over here to where I showed you in the pyramid one earlier, the other video. See, it goes right here in Africa. That spot does. And we take off the North America one there. Okay, so here you go. See that spot in Africa where I showed you earlier? It goes like that. Anyways. And then you see Japan. The Sea of Japan is the same, was created, all these islands were created by the same thing that created the mountains of Lake Victoria. More than like, it's the same shape. It's over the same hot spot. You see what I'm saying? There's Japan. With the weather lined up, it shows this right underneath Lake Victoria, which was a volcano. You know it was. But you can also move, like I said, you could also move this over and put it right in the hole like this of Africa, right where that impact takes place. It is the center, the heart, the reproductive system of the Earth, where it reproduces continents basically. Right now, Japan is still being built, but you can see like this, where this comes to this point, it goes right into this little point right here. See that? Goes together that way very well. And then you see the shape, how this sweeps over it. It moves. The weather, the continents have moved, so it changes. It gets a little confusing at times, but you have to understand. Just so long as you understand it, the land moves. Then I mean, of course, we all understand that you're going to get different alignments and different fittings. But that's Japan. Goes right in the center of that hole, right there, like that. So it's the heart of the impact. And I've got other ones I could show that go in this spot I've showed before that confirm it. I mean, completely confirm it. Completely. Entirely. And I could show you that right now. Picture of, here, where's Perfect Africa? Perfect Africa, and then there's this one right here I showed before. Shows Antarctica right here, like I just showed you, right? You see the outline of Antarctica right there, like I just showed you, right? In the other picture. So there's Antarctica putting itself there again in China. This is China, and Japan is right here. So this is China, I mean this, but Japan's right here, and you see that it's right in the hole, almost perfectly in this hole next to Africa, and confirmed entirely by this weather that I didn't even line up. I swear this put itself in place. Put itself in place. All I did was put this over the Antarctica that I haven't shown you yet, or I have shown you before, but I lined this clearing over the Antarctica picture that I had right here already in this spot overlaid. And this weather lined itself up to this Africa picture all on its own. Look at that weather fit there. See that? That's confirmation, people. I'm telling you right now, that confirms that this Africa was right here with China, and Japan was right in the heart of it. It confirms it entirely, and you can see the weather showing it a little bit right here too as well. Right there, see how it fits in that little curve, because it goes here. That weather is entirely from there. Antarctica puts it like I just showed you. Puts Antarctica right in there, and the black hole picture I just showed you was right here. It's in the same place. So that shows that Japan. It shows that Africa was like, if you want to get technical, you can just put Africa right here, the side of Africa, like I just showed you. Right here. I mean, it didn't probably come from right here originally. The landmass, it all comes from down here, I believe, because Africa goes here, everything goes here as well. It all happens like here, but this whole area might have moved off of this hot spot here. You know, it's really confusing that way. But it goes together that way. Guaranteed, this is the heart of an impact by the Mars-sized planet that hit the Earth. It's so volcanic active right now, it's going to get worse. Don't start your nuclear reactors. Do not start your reactors. I'm telling you, that would be a mistake. That would be a big mistake. Don't do it. Do not do it. I mean, they know. Japanese people know. I mean, they don't tell everybody because they don't want to scare everybody, I'm sure. And I'm not trying to scare anybody myself. I'm just trying to point out the geologic history of the Earth that I understand and that I can see is for sure if this is the Earth. Okay, that those things fall together on their own, and I'm usually, like I showed in the earlier video where I showed that pyramid one. I wasn't even trying to. I hadn't overlaid that picture before, and it just showed itself right here. This spot right here, when I put it up with the Africa picture, it just pointed that just came into play on its own. I was just trying to put this swirl in the hole. And I could bring up some moon pictures to go with that. Like here, we should do that because this is aligned to Africa. I could do that right now. Bring up Mo, and it should fit perfect. Oh my God, it should fit perfect. I hope it does. Better. See that up there? That's the claw print. It's in Africa. That fits there. Look at this over here. You can see this pattern here somewhat. And this is the whole center. Look at this whole center right here in the weather. And there's that crater. Barely see it. They're trying to cut off these craters from us. I'm telling you, that's the crater right there. Right in there somewhere. You see this where it comes down to like this. Oh, I had a really good one to show you yesterday. What did I do with that one? Oh, I know which one it was. Check this out. The one I showed you just earlier with North America. Which was what right here. Look at this part. Watch this. See that little... That's in the weather over North America right here. See that? Look on the moon. And just back it off a little bit. Check it out. Just totally see this pattern. And this here too, this part here. This right here goes along that edge of Africa too. This part with this is the same swirl like this. I just have it aligned in a different way to get. I wanted to get it to where it was the way it was shown in the weather. But this part right here goes right along the edge of Africa too, just like that part of Japan that I showed you. It's the same exact pattern, but in a different place. This is in North America showing itself, and the other one was. See it right here? That's the same pattern. Look at that. See it? Swirl. Look. Swirl with the arm. Swirl. Same thing. They're from the same place originally. Both of them are from the same place originally. Believe that or not. So that pyramid should also be like right here, you would think, but it's not showing in the Atlantic. But it's like should be in the same position right here if it were to show. But it's showing it right. Ooh, look at that! It's kind of showing it right there, right where the split is right there. That's you can put the Himalayas right in that area too, and it shows the Himalayas right in that area down here by Central America right here. If you just cut out just the Himalayas like this, just take this part right here and take that out, it'll go right in here. It goes right in this spot somehow. I put it there before. It's interesting. But anyways, I think you got that. You can understand what I'm talking about. This is like this whole thing is. Look at Great Lakes are in the hole. Great Lakes are right in the hole of the center too. The Great Lakes and Japan, and I'm sure there's other places. Right next to Africa is Madagascar is right in that same area of the hole, or used to be in the hole. That's what I'm saying. It all used to be in the hole. I mean, we do understand that something hit the Earth, right? And I'm not going to say that it created the moon. I'm saying it was the moon. You can believe that it created the moon or whatever you want. That's up to you. I'm not trying to change what you think. I'm just trying to show you what I've discovered. And that's basically it. So have a great day. Any questions, leave them below. Till next time.